Subramanian Sarma, whole-time director and senior executive president, energy vertical for L&T, joins us now. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I think I've already set the context here in terms of why Middle East has become big for Indian companies and how the scope of work will only increase. For the benefit of our viewers, can you identify for us that how large is Middle East for L&T and how large it could become in next 3 to 5 years? So you are on mute, I think.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So good morning to you, and good morning to all the viewers. It's a very interesting subject you have brought up. Middle East has been a very important market for us. I mean, for L&T for quite some time. We have been present there for almost now 2 decades, more than 2 decades, and this market is growing quite rapidly, as you have presented. Our market share from the Middle East is definitely has grown over the years, and it also depends on what level of activities happen in the domestic, because it's a percentage of the total, right? So I think we expect that in the next few years, Middle East will continue to play a very important role for us in terms of opportunities. Particularly in the hydrocarbon, I mean, in the energy sector, as well as in the power transmission and distribution sector, where we are executing quite a few of large solar parks and energy transition related projects. And there will also be certain opportunities emerging from infrastructure, but there we are going to be much more selective in our approach. So all in all, I think we see a very positive outlook for the next few years.
Taking a leaf from the sectors that you see more business coming in from the Middle East region, if you could just spell it out in numbers, in the next 4 to 5 years, where do you see your Middle East order book going to from where it is currently?
I mean, see, the businesses where we are really focusing in the Middle East are, as I said, hydrocarbon and solar park and related energy storage solution projects. Here we see an opportunity of almost close to about maybe 50 to 60 billion dollars of prospects over the next 3 years. 20 billion dollars roughly per year is the kind of pipeline we see, and it could grow even further. It depends on how the oil prices remain, where the oil prices remain, and how much additional capital gets attracted to these sectors.
You said that a lot of work actually, and you represent the energy vertical of the massive conglomerate L&T. I want to understand how much of the incremental orders are coming from legacy oil and gas, hydrocarbon type of work, and how much is from the renewables, because we understand that the entire Middle East is also trying to put a lot of projects around renewables.
Yeah, see, there are it's a 3-pronged approach being followed by most of the national oil companies there. One is to continue to develop monetize their existing assets, which is in the upstream and midstream, both in offshore and onshore. And then second is also to look at certain crude to chemicals type of projects where there's more value addition. And third, of course, is the low carbon solutions such as production of green hydrogen, green ammonia, and what you need is also green power for that. So for us, what is becoming interesting is that we have a presence in all the 3 segments, and I would say that we will continue to win our conventional upstream projects, and we may also have some opportunities in the crude to chemicals sector, and definitely a large share in the solar parks, where we have a very, very strong dominant presence. I mean, we are one of the major contractors there, including what we are doing for NEOM in Saudi Arabia.
Currently, 36% of your order book is coming from Middle East. Now that's a sizable number. That is almost 1/3. So you already have a sizable business in Middle East. But do you see the profile of this business, pretty much what Ajay asked you right now, changing, which is that from low basic turnkey projects you could be moving to high-end projects, because the capex in the Middle East now, sir, would be drastically different than what it was 5 years ago. Next 5 years the capex requirement would be highly skill based, it has to be backed by IP, and it would be at a different complexity.
I'm not seeing that significant shift in the type of projects. I mean, we will continue to see typical EPC type or various forms of EPC type of projects in the conventional sector as well as in the solar park. There could be variations of the contracting model, but not a significant shift. The presence we have and the track record we have built over the last so many years, I think it positions ourselves in us in a very good stage to benefit from this.
When it comes to Middle East, could you also give us a geography of how do you count Middle East? Is it about Saudi Arabia? Is it about Kuwait? Could you give us a country-wise breakup where the business is high and where the business is low?
I think in the Middle East, in broader terms, includes Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and then Kuwait and Qatar, UAE, Oman, and I mean these are the major players. And as currently we see it, I think the intense level of activities, which is quite high, is in the kingdom, of course, and closely followed by Qatar and UAE. We expect Kuwait also to come up with some major projects in the next financial year, and Oman also is exploring various projects related to the energy transition. Particularly, they are also talking about huge solar parks and green hydrogen projects in the Duqm area, which is on the east coast of Oman. So currently, I think it's the kingdom which is leading, very closely followed by Qatar and UAE.
Question, sir, which is that there is a new Middle East corridor which also is at play. That is going to change the connectivity from India to Middle East. How do you view that, and what kind of change do you think, if this Middle East corridor is implemented, it will have?
Well, currently, we are not seeing much of that on the ground. I mean, there is definitely, it has been a great initiative signed up during the G20 summit, and maybe there is a lot of work happening on the drawing board, but on the ground we are not seeing much, and there's not much talk about that. But I think, like you said in your opening remarks, the bilateral relationship between India and most of our neighboring countries has been phenomenal. It's been very good, and I think all the Indian companies and manufacturers are definitely benefiting from that. We are viewed differently, and I think if you continue to perform well, all the companies from India will have a larger share of that market.
All right, Mr. Sharma, appreciate your time and glad you could join us. Now,
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.